All right, thanks, guys. We improved to 11-3 in our last 14 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also 4-1 in our last 5 board member tier package plays on that website. We have over 1,000 members on that site. If you guys want to check it out, the link for that site's in the description section below. The good news is we have another board member tier package play going off tonight. So if you guys want to check that out, I strongly recommend it. Link for that site is in the description section below. We do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. Let's go ahead and handicap some NBA. We're going to start with the OKC Thunder taking on the Pistons. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Detroit. OKC's -7.5, total at 216 and a hook. We did see money on OKC and the over in this one. Thunder opened 6.5 up to -7.5. Total opened 216 up to 216 and a hook. Right now, Detroit is plus 255 on the money line. Derrick Rose out indefinitely. Knight, Maker, Brown, and Doumbouya, they are listed as questionable. Detroit losers of 8 out of their last 9. They're also just 11-20 straight up at home. The Pistons rank in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 3 in offensive rebounding. They're currently in 12th place in the Eastern Conference, 22 games under 500. They're also just 11-20 against the spread on their home court. OKC on the other side, 21-7 against the spread when traveling, top 5 in offensive field goal percentage. They're allowing 107 points per contest when they travel, and they rank in the top 10 in defending the 3-ball. Now, 6 out of OKC's last 9 did get over the number. Detroit 4-2 to the over in their last 6. I'm going to lean OKC -7.5 in the over 216.5. Next game, Pacers. Bucks, 7 o'clock Milwaukee. The Bucks are -11, total 222. Money's on the Bucks and the under. Milwaukee opened 10 up to -11, total opened 223 down to 222. The Pacers are plus 475 on the money line. Indiana failed to cover in 3 out of their last 5. They're also just 30% against the spread in their last 10. The Pacers failed to cover against the likes of Cleveland, Portland, and the Pelicans within their last 10 as well. The Pacers are also ranking in the bottom 10 in scoring on average per game, bottom 10 in offensive rebounding. Victor Oladipo is listed as questionable for tonight's action. Milwaukee on the other side, first in scoring, first in offensive rebounding. They currently have the best record in the NBA. They're also 27-3 straight up at home. Now, total-wise, Milwaukee 16-14 to the over on their home court. Indiana 60% to the over in their games at the current posted total. I'm going to lean Milwaukee -11 in the over 222 in that contest. Next game, Celtics, Cavaliers, 7 o'clock Cleveland. Boston's -1.5 on the road, total 215 and a hook. Money's on Boston and the under. The Celtics open as the 1-point favorite, up to -1.5. Total open 216, down to 215 and a hook. Cleveland losers of their last 3 straight, bottom 10 in scoring. Drummond, McKinney, and Garland are out. Thompson is questionable. The Cavaliers are also just 9-24 straight up on their home court, 12-21 against the spread in that stretch of games. Cleveland ranks in the bottom 10 in points allowed, last in defensive field goal percentage. They currently have the worst record in the East at just 17-44 on the year. Boston on the other side, they've successfully covered the point spread in 6 out of their last 7. They're also 20-10 against the spread when traveling. They rank in the top 10 in scoring on average per game, top 10 in offensive rebounding. Now keep in mind, Walker and Tatum are out. Hayward and Brown are questionable. 5 out of Boston's last 7 got over the number. Cleveland 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Give me the Celtics -1.5 and the over 215.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Wednesday's NBA action. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. The weekend is right around the corner. Now, before we go ahead and move on, just got to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, you might be wondering, why would you buy a package from Patreon when you get all the picks for free here on YouTube? And you're exactly right. I handicap every single game on the board side and total. But the problem with that is, if you were going to, bet every single game on the board side and total with your hard-earned money in real life, you are guaranteeing yourself failure. It's certainly not a winning formula for success. The math becomes aggressively against you the more games you play like that. Plus, the books are way too smart. They're way too sharp. They have way too much money to, be able to handle that kind of action, and you don't. So what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on 4 to 5 premium picks per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, handicapping every single game on the board side in total. And if you want to check out my current record, you can do that for free right now. It's right on the homepage, patreon.com/BrockPage. Hey guys, real quick, we improved to 11-3 yesterday in our last 14 NBA tier package plays. Of course, the NBA tier package, that's a package that I offer on that site. We also have another package. It's called the board member package. And essentially, the board member package gives you access to all my plays. We went 4-1 in our last 5 board member tier package plays on that site. And the good news is we have another board member tier package play going off tonight. Guys, we have over 1,000 Patreon members on that site, 1,000 strong. If you want some more information, click the link in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got the Magic. They are taking on the Heat, 7:30 Miami. The Heat are -8 at home, total 219. Money's on the Magic and the under in this one. We saw a half-point fade of Miami in movement downward on the total. The Heat open 8.5 down to -8. Total open 219.5 down to 219 even. Right now the Magic are plus 280 on the money line. Now if you like the Magic in this short road trip here, just keep in mind they really struggle away from the friendly confines. They're just 11-19 straight up on the road, bottom 3 in scoring on average per game. Aaron Gordon's listed as questionable with a knee injury. Orlando's also ranking in the bottom 3 in offensive field goal percentage, bottom 3 in defending the 3 ball. They're averaging just 105 points per contest at their respective location there. Now, Miami on the other side, winners of their last 3 straight, 26-4 straight up at home. They rank at the top 5 in home scoring, top 3 in home 3-point percentage. Miami 20-10 against the spread on their home court. Meanwhile, defensively, they're allowing just 106 points per contest at home as well. Now, I did just say that Orlando is averaging 105 points per contest in their respective location. I believe that's 105 points per contest on their home court, so just kind of disregard that stat. Regardless, they don't score a whole lot of points whether they're home or away, so just keep that in mind. Now, total-wise, Miami 7-1 to the over in their last 8. Orlando 8-0 to the over in their last 8 themselves. A really aggressive over-adjustment by the markets with regard to these Orlando totals. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Miami -8 in the over 219 in that contest. Next game, Grizzlies, Nets, 7:30 Brooklyn. The Nets are the 2-point favorite at home, total at 225. Now we are seeing money on Memphis here. We're also seeing money on the under. And as a matter of fact, we saw a 1-point fade of Brooklyn and a 1-point move toward the under. The Nets open as the 3-point favorite, down to -2. Total open 226, down to 225. Now Memphis is plus $110 on the money line. I do want to talk about the total here real quick. Memphis 7-3 to the over in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with Brooklyn, if you're into historical trends. Meanwhile, the Nets on their side of things, 3-0 to the over in their last 3. 5-2 to the over in their last 7. So I do think this one's going to fly over the total. Having said that, though, if you're looking for a play on the side, this game is currently my daily best play. So if you want to find out who I'm picking, go to my website, patreon.com/BrockPage, and subscribe to the daily best play. Once again, this game is currently my daily best play. So if you want to find out who I'm picking, just go ahead and click the link in the description section below. All right, next matchup, it is going to be Jazz taking on the Knicks. I believe the Knicks are making the look at, 3 straight here. But anyway, the Jazz, -7.5, total 219. Once again, that is a 7:30 tip-off at Madison Square Garden. Once again, Jazz, 7.5, total 219. We are seeing money on the Jazz and the over in this one. Utah open -7, up to 7.5. Total open 218.5, up to 219. The Knicks are plus 270 on the money line. Now, if you like the Knicks in this matchup here, just keep in mind they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 8. They failed to cover against the likes of Charlotte, Washington, and Atlanta during that stretch. They rank in the bottom 3 in scoring on average per game, bottom 10 in offensive field goal percentage. They're averaging just 105 points per contest at MSG. They're also currently in 13th place in the East, and they are, what is that, 23 games under 500. Now, Utah on the other side, they're just 3.5 games back of second in the West. They're 38-22 overall for the year, 16 games over 500. The Jazz rank in the top 3 in offensive rebounding, top 10 in points allowed. Very good defensively. Excuse me. Now, total-wise, 3 out of the Jazz last 4 games got over the number. They're also 60% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, New York 5-0 to the over in their last 5 straight. I'm going to lean Jazz minus 7.5 in the over 219 in that contest. Next game, Bulls, Timberwolves, 8 o'clock, Minnesota.